Hey, welcome back to Evil's Comics. This guy right here is Evil Mike, and this is going to be my comic haul for July 20th, 2022. I happened to make it back to Alcie's Collectibles, and they had my subscription box ready. And almost everything I wanted from this week was in the box, so let's see what I got. Actually, out of everything that I picked up, I did pick up one back issue, but I think everything else, they were only missing 3 out of said books, and they were more indie books, so I don't know if they just didn't get them. I'm still not in the full know about the whole shipping and like what's going on on the comic world and that. I never really cared before, it didn't really bother me, as long as I still got the books kind of thing. But I do have a fat stack. It looks a lot meatier than it is, but let's get into it. From Image Comics, I ended up picking up Rogues Gallery issue number 1. I have no clue, nothing about it. I had seen the title, and I think it's like 2 other stories I can think of with the same title, so just on that fact alone I passed it up. But since they were missing the other 3 comics, I went back and picked it up. I was like, okay, I'll find the other 2 of the other books I wanted were number 1, so I was like, screw it, I'll go ahead and pick up that one. This was basically a nostalgic buy, like pure, like, I mean, I don't care if it's got a good story in it. I played with both these franchises growing up. My brother, my sister, a lot of my other brothers, we were big fans of both franchises. I still have some of one said franchise in my collection. But this is from Dynamite Comics issue number 1. This is Madballs versus Garbage Pail Kids, and it's the sketch cover. It's the only cover they had left. Right when I walked up, they actually had cover A sitting there, and a guy, like, I had been looking for it. I couldn't find the comic, and he reached over and grabbed something, and I saw it was cover A. I was like, oh, I need that, and then went back, and that was the last of the real covers, so I ended up just getting the sketch cover, but I don't care as long as I got the comic, you know. I would have preferred the regular cover versus the sketch cover, but who knows, I might get something to sketch me some badass, you know, Madballs and Garbage Pail Kids. DC Comics, Black Adam 2. Recently reading the first issue, it wasn't that bad, so I'm kind of hoping the story picks up a lot. We got, you know, Black Adam coming in the theaters pretty soon. I don't think this ties in at all with the movie. They do have some Secret Files Black Adam comics coming out that are specifically tying into that movie, which I hopefully will be picking up those, but so far it's just a regular Black Adam story, and the first issue was actually pretty dope. Going on with a book that I have not been able to read because I'm missing the first issue and I'm waiting for a reprint. Supposedly the reprints already came out and somehow I missed them again. But that is from DC Comics Jurassic League, issue number 3. I picked up the cover B variant. I just like how Darkseid looks and the whole dinosaur kids and everything. I thought it was like cute, like little action figures and stuff. A hot cover for this week that everybody wanted. I couldn't believe that they actually like had this still. But this is a Nightwing 94. I am caught up on most of the Bat family, like Nightwing, Batgirls, Harley Quinn, stuff like that. I have been behind like a month and a half. So I was kind of excited to actually pick up new stuff that I could read and not be reading back stuff. But I love this cover, just Barbara and Nightwing, and I know that was a hot and thirsty cover for a lot of people, and for me, I thought it was a lot doper than the regular cover. Next up, we got Dark Crisis Young Justice number 2 from my girl Laura Braga, and this first issue was dope. It's actually, like, so far in Dark Crisis, I've read every single tie-in, including The Flash, which I normally don't read, but I'm reading every single tie-in and the main series, and at all the tie-ins, this was definitely my favorite, and it happens to be one of my favorite artists, Laura Braga. So I went ahead and picked up issue number 2 of this dope-ass Superboy cover. Moving along, I found out I was behind on an issue. I just did a review on Image Comics The Closet. My boy Brian from LCS, you know, told me, not from LCS, but LCS, but told me that issue 2 was already out, and sure enough, there I was. Closet, issue number 2. I went ahead and picked it up. That's the one back issue that was from like previous weeks. I didn't know that it was out, so glad that they had it. A book that I am behind on, but it's an anthology book. I need to go find issue number 11 because I've heard numerous good things about it, but that is one of my favorite reads, is Silver Coin. This is issue number 12, and this issue is done by Stephanie Phillips and Michael Walsh. Michael Walsh just throughout the whole thing, and that's the guest writer for the issue, Stephanie Phillips. Another big franchise that I'm into, a huge franchise, but that is Marvel Comics Alien Annual #1. I was fortunate enough to read all of the Alien series that Marvel has put out so far, and I've enjoyed all the way through. It's bloody, it's graphic, it's just like the Aliens that it should be. So I'm hoping they continue on with it. And with this dope ass cover with the Colonial Marines on there, doesn't look like it's a bad start. End up getting New Fantastic Four issue #2. I do have #1. I haven't read #1 yet, but I do like all said individuals in the Fantastic Four. It was a big thing back in the 90s when these said individuals were part of the Fantastic Four, so I was really excited that they were coming back. Like I mentioned before, The Flash, so I went ahead and picked up the next issue in the Dark Crisis series, but this is Flash 784, and incidentally it is a real dope cover. I love how they draw Wally, Barry, you know, and I thought it was real cool. Next up, a really dope cover. I couldn't believe they had it, but they actually had it in my box. I didn't request it, but he went ahead and he was like, yeah man, you know, your new box, I threw some, you know, cool stuff in there. But he did give me this cool foil variant of Grimm issue #3. I am reading Grimm. I have not reviewed him. So far I'm liking the series. I love the art a lot more than the actual story. The story to me is a little basic, and I'm hoping eventually it picks up. But so far it's been an okay read, and that's why I've been continuing on with it. But actually getting this dope ass cover, man, it's just sick. I mean, even if the series not that great, just the cover alone. And I'm hoping that the camera kind of picks up on everything. It's pretty nice. Somebody texted me. I forgot to turn my phone off. I'm sorry. Okay, I got another cover by from my brother. This is Venom Lethal Protector #4, and this is the variant cover that he wanted. I pulled up, you know, the two covers that were coming out this week, and I actually liked this one, so I went ahead and picked it up for him. But that is everything I picked out. There was 3 books I was missing out on. I think one of them was Nottingham issue #9. And the other 2 were brand new series. I think one of them was called Dark Spaces, which was a Scott Snyder series. And I think the other one was Sheep Bites, which sounded interesting. So I'm still going to be on the look for them. I haven't given up yet. I got 2 other shops I can hit up before the end of the week. But if not, you know, FOMO happens, you know, it don't bother me. You know, but hey, that's my haul. That's everything I got out. I will review some of these comics, not all of them. I'm not back into full review mode yet. But especially if you see any of these that you really want a recommendation on, shoot me a message, and I'll definitely, you know, probably get that review out. I love recommendations. They kind of pull me out of my regular grind. But that's my haul. That's everything I got. Please like, comment, subscribe. You know, that same song and dance. But thank you for watching. Thank you for, you know, just being there, man. I hope y'all have a great new comic book day. I hope y'all got everything you wanted, everything that's out there. It's a big week for comics. And I will see y'all soon. Bah!